today we're going to do the P0016 faults on here.
Right, look, we started it up, lights flashing.
As we said, there's 4 potential problems. It could be the cam sensors, it could be the timing belt, or it could be actually on the end with the keyway, which is worn. So first of all, we're going to do is we're going to change the top cam sensor, and then we'll change which is the cam sensor, then we'll change the bottom crank sensor and see if that clears the fault. If that doesn't, then it's going to be looking at the cam belt timing. And if that doesn't do it, then it's going to be the pulley. Now, interesting with the cam belt timing, one of the problems of having a AdBlue fault, which we had on this, which is where the AdBlue pipe is leaking, you get all this calcified AdBlue liquid, is that some of that can go down into your timing belt area and crystallize and cause problems down there. So that's what in fact might have happened. But let's just change the top cam sensor and see if that changes the problem. So we lift the bonnet, take the lid off. Right, so the sensor there is just there, so you need a Torx bit to go in there and undo that, and then this is the cam sensor here. So we need to undo this here. There's a little clip there. That's one of those little grey ones which you pull the clip up and then you can squeeze it. So you can't just squeeze it straight away, you need to pull that clip up, squeeze it, and then the whole thing pops off. So let's get that off now. The whole thing's come out. Yeah, so then we've got to disconnect it from there. So that you pull that connector out, there like that, and then you push it. So if I clip that there, at least you've got to pull it off there. Pull that off. So we'll replace that with a new one and we'll stick it back in and see if it does the job. Okay, so this is the new sensor. So this is I can put a link for in the description. It's a Hella one. There, look, that's the new sensor that's going to go in. I mean, we don't have a lot of hope that this will be the problem, but if you need to replace this video is going to show you how to do it. So we're going to replace that. So literally it's just undo that bolt there, replace this, screw it back in, clip it up, and we'll see if that clears the fault on the dash. That's the part number there. If anyone wants to replace one of these, clip the new one in. It's actually easier to clip it all in now and then push that back in. So that's clipped in, then we can screw it back in. That's the bolt. Stick the bolt in now to save a bit of time and push that in. All right, the light, look, we started it up, lights flashing, so it's not solved the problem. So what we're going to do is take the new one out and put the old one back in, and we'll start to do the lower one, which is the crankshaft. So clear all the codes in here just to make sure that it's not the stored code. So let's just clear. Okay, so we've checked the top one. The top cam sensor wasn't the problem. So now we're going to do the crank sensor, which is underneath. Take your tray off underneath, which is some Torx bits, and then you've got your tray off under here. And you need that's a bit of light. You need a 32mm socket to undo your filter and take your filter out. And the reason you have to do that because you've got to get access to get to the sensor. Your sensor cable here is this corrugated black cable here. Look, there it is. You can see that's connector there. So we have to undo that connector, which is the same sort of connector as your cam sensor. So you should always have experience about that. You need to pull that little grey plastic one on the side there. Pull that up and then push it together and pull that clip off. Then we can unscrew there's a little Allen key bolt in there, which right down tucked in there, which you need to undo. So you need some long Allen key bits, which we'll show you in a minute. You need these long bits. Now you need a long hex bit for the sensor. Okay, so that's the new sensor. There's the part number for it. Okay, and that's the actual sensor. So this is good to show you how to do. So this bolt here, you don't need to worry about dropping it into the bell housing because it can't come off. That's a 4mm in there. So you need a long bit like that, which is a 4mm, right? Hopefully with a magnetic end, just easier to get it. Helps you get it into there. So that's putting it back in. You'd have to put this in like that. The way that mounts in is like that. So I had that. It's not like that. It's actually like that. So the clip here is there. So that's the way it mounts in. So when you're trying to undo it, you need to go down south of the connector, and that's where that bit is. Okay, it's a bit of a fiddly job, and it's under there now trying to do. We found, look, there, that little bit there had come off the end of the connector onto the sensor in the engine, which is why that sensor couldn't clip in properly. So that actually could have been the reason that the cable wasn't touching properly, which is why we got the fault on the sensor. Because this all started. The P0016 started when we changed the oil, and I reckon when you take the oil filter out, you might catch that lead to the sensor, and because the sensor wasn't in properly, because the garage somewhere has obviously not had that bit come off and hadn't picked it out, and you couldn't actually put the connectors together. So what we're going to do now is just put a new filter back in there. We're going to quickly connect that, put the filter back in, connect up the sensor cable to the old sensor, start the engine, and we'll see whether we get rid of that fault. Okay, we ran the engine with that connected up properly, and it didn't solve the problem, so we're going to now take the filter back off, and we're going to actually replace that sensor, and we'll see what happens. What we found is you've got a bracket here. There's a 10mm bolt that goes through there with this bracket. Then you've got to bend that bracket out of the way, because you can't get an Allen key. You need your long Allen key, and it goes in an angle. I need to get that straight. So you've got to undo that there, 10mm, bend that out of the way. Then you can get a nice straight run here with your. Okay, so look, just out of safety, we connected this cable while we were undoing it, because I didn't want this to fall down inside here. I don't know whether it can, but we didn't want to take the risk. And when you undo that Allen key, your Allen tool is on a bit of an angle. It's not sort of like that as you'd think. It's like that because it hits the casting here, but you couldn't get it any further because it hits the edge of the casting there anyway. Yep. So anyway, we've got it out now, so let's go and change it and put it back in. Here's the new one going in, so you can see what I mean about the angle. So that's in there like that, but that's at a weird angle. So if you think that the Allen key's at a weird angle, don't worry about it. It's like that. So that bolt sort of goes in at a weird angle, and it does it like that because that's the only way to access it. Okay, right. So I've clipped the new sensor in. I'm going to clip that all in good and tight. So now we're going to start offering it up. Okay. Well, that's in there nice and tight now, and that bracket's been put down in the bolt. So we put that back in with the cable connected, yeah. And you tighten that. I mean, you can't sort of break the plastic by tightening it too much because it's got a metal sleeve in there. So just make sure that's tight, which we've done. I'll put the filter back up now and just try it again. So bad news, we started it all up, we've run it. Once the car got up to temperature, we got the flashing coil light. So even though there was dirt and metal on the end of that sensor, it isn't the problem. And you can also sense when it turns over just like it's like half a turn more than normal. So we're going to now do a video on the cam belt. So we're basically going to get to the cam belt and check the timing with the timing pills on the cam belt and see if the cam is out of alignment and if it needs a new cam belt. Now, of course, we did have an earlier video of this. This pipe was leaking, so you had AdBlue, and the AdBlue goes everywhere, and it is known for getting inside this cover and down. So that might have caused a problem, which we don't know until we take the cover off. But to get the cover off, we've got to get all this. Now, we're doing this outside, not looking good. So we're going to go and move inside. That's a real old. It might blow over and not rain, but it's a risk we don't want to take. So we're going to move the car.